Ravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaradhamadava Kunjabihari Damadava Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Radha Madhava Kunjabihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Kodanita Jaya Mayapur Shashi 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 Kodanita Jaya Mayapur Shashi Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Shila Prabhupada Pada Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavatam Grantha Raja ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. So we are going to read from the Prabhupada. He built a house in which the whole world can live. Satsvarupa Dasa Goswami. Prabhupada in every town and village. New Vrindavan had no phone, and mail had to be fetched by a 2-mile walk. In this, Prabhupada said New Vrindavan was like Vrindavana, India. Both Vrindavans lacked into modern amenities. This so-called difficulty, however, coupled well with the Vaishnava philosophy that modern amenities were not worth the trouble required to get them. A devotee, accepting whatever nature provides, spends his time and energy in spiritual life. New Vrindavan's only cow was a black and white crossbreed named Kalia, and Prabhupada would drink a little of her milk morning, noon, and night. I haven't tasted milk like this in 65 years, he said. One day he predicted New Vrindavan would have many cows, and their udders would be so full that the drop in milk would muddy the pastures. Although people in the West were blind to their great sin of cow slaughter and its grievous karmic reactions, he said, New Vrindavan would demonstrate to the world the social, moral, and economic advantages of protecting the cow and utilizing her milk rather than killing her and eating her flesh. Prabhupada wanted the New Vrindavan devotees to build cottages. He wanted many buildings, even if at first they were primitive, and he gave a plan for a simple structure of baked mud. He also wanted a Krishna consciousness school, and the country, he said, would be the best place for it. The city is made by man, and the country is made by God, Prabhupada said, paraphrasing the British poet Cowper. The young students should learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, and at the same time they should become pure devotees. In their play, they could imitate the pastimes of Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends, with the child messaging, with one child massaging Krishna, another wrestling with Krishna, just as in the spiritual world. The women of in New Vrindavan, Prabhupada said, should care for the children, clean the temple, cook for the deities, and churn butter. He made many plans for New Vrindavan, and he was giving only idea seeds with few details. You develop it to your heart's content, he told Kirtananda Swami. In ideal Vedic community, with the members producing all their own food and necessities, was what Prabhupada wanted. Unless the devotees at the New Vrindavan could become self-sufficient, he said, there was no use in their occupying such a big piece of land. Even before Prabhupada's visit to New Vrindavan, he had requested Kirtananda Swami and Hagriva to plan for 7 temples on the property. These 7 temples should be named after the major temples of old Vrindavana: Madana Mohana, Govindaji, Gopinatha, Radha Damodar, Radharamana, Shyamasundara, and Radha Gokulananda. Prabhupada said he would personally secure Krishna's deities for each temple. Srila Prabhupada ki. And as we know, today is the appearance of Radha Kunda and Shyama Kunda. So we will read about these pastimes, how they appeared. Radha Kunda is considered the most sacred among all places in the universe. The holy place known as Madhura is spiritually superior to Vaikuntha, the transcendental world, because the Lord appeared there. Superior to Madhura Puri is the transcendental forest of Vrindavan because of Krishna's Rasalila pastimes. And superior to the forest of Vrindavan is Govardhana hill, for it was raised by the divine hand of Sri Krishna and was the site of his various loving pastimes. And overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema, and above all, the super excellent Sri Radhakunda stands supreme, for it's overflooded with the ambrosial nectarian prema of Lord of Gokula, Sri Krishna. Where then is that intelligent person who is unwilling to serve this divine Radhakunda, which is situated at the foot of Govardhana hill? Nectar of Instruction 9 verse, yes. After Sri Krishna killed the Baal demon, Aristasura, Srimati Radharani told him that he had to purify himself of the sin of killing a bull by taking bath in all the sacred places. Sri Krishna was eager to enjoy pastimes with Radhika, so he put his heel in the ground, created a great hole, and invited all sacred waters to come. The personifications of all sacred lakes and rivers at once appeared, and after offering their prayers, they poured their waters into the pond. Krishna then took the bath in the lake, Shyamakunda. Srimati Radharani takes bath daily in Shyamakunda. Her midday bathing place is called Manasa Pavana Ghat. Shri Krishna then told the gopis that he had become purified by bathing in Shyamakunda. But now the gopis would have to purify themselves as well, since they sided with a demon, even though it was the form of a bull. So the gopis broke their bangles and dug a lake with it. In Vrindavan, ladies' bangles are called kankan, and thus another name for Radha Kunda and is Kankan Kunda. However, there was no water in the Kunda, so the gopis brought water from Manasi Ganga to fill up the lake. The sacred waters again appeared, and after being blessed by Srimati Radharani, they entered Radhakunda as well. Srimati Radharani is the most treasured object of Krishna's love, and in every respect her divine kunda is similarly dear to him. If one simply bathes once within those holy waters, one's pure love of Krishna is fully aroused. Indeed, those who execute devotional service in the banks of Radhakunda are the most fortunate people in the universe. And very one sentence about Bahulashtami, the day when Radhakunda and Shyamakunda appeared. That's it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9, The Appearance of Demon Ritrasura, Text 35. Okay. Atha tatra bhavan kim devadattaliha guna visharapatita paratantrena svakrita kusala kusalam phalam upadati ahosvid atmarama upasamasila samanyasa darshana udashta itiha vavana vidamaha atha. Therefore, tatra, in that, bhavan, your lordship, kim, whether, devadattavat, like an ordinary human being, forced by fruits of his activities, iha, in this material world, guna visargapatita, fallen in a material body, impelled by the modes of material nature, paratantriyena, by dependence on the conditions of time, space, activity, and nature. Svakrita, executed by oneself. Kushala, auspicious. Akushalam, inauspicious. Phalam, results of action. Upadadati, accepts. Ahosvit, or Atmaramaha, completely self-satisfied. Upashama Shila, self-controlled in nature. Samanya Sadarshanaha, not deprived of full spiritual potencies. Udaste, remains neutral as the witness. Iti, thus. Havava, certainly. Na vidamaha, we do not understand. Translation. These are our inquirers. Thank you so much. Sorry. These are our inquirers. The ordinary conditioned soul is subject to the material laws, and he thus receives the fruits of his actions. Does your lordship, like an ordinary human being, exist within this material world in a body produced by material modes? Do you enjoy or suffer the good or bad results of actions under the influence of time, past work, or so and so forth? Or, on the contrary, are you present here only as a neutral witness who is self-sufficient, free from all material desires, and always full of spiritual potency? We certainly cannot understand your actual position. Prepared by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that he descends to the material world for two purposes, namely, paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, to relieve the devotees and kill demons or non-devotees. These two kinds of action are the same for absolute truth. When the Lord comes to punish the demons, he bestows his favor upon them. And similarly, when he delivers his devotees and gives them relief, he also bestows his favor. Thus, the Lord bestows his favor equally upon the conditioned souls. Shri Shri Kodanitai Mayapur Shashi ki, Shri Tulsinath ki, Shri Govardhan Lal ki, Shri Singadev Bhagavan ki, Shri Shri Yashoda Damodar ki. When a conditioned soul gives relief to others, he acts piously. And when he gives trouble to others, he acts impiously. But the Lord is neither pious nor impious. He is always full of his spiritual potency, by which he shows equal mercy to the punishable and the protectable. The Lord apapavidham. The Lord is apapavidham. He is never contaminated. He is never contaminated by the reactions of so-called sinful activities. When Krishna was present on this earth, he killed many inimical non-devotees, but they all received sarupya. In other words, they returned to their original spiritual bodies. One who doesn't know the Lord's position says that God is unkind to him, but merciful to others. Actually, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 9:29, Samoham sarva bhutishu namedvishosti napriyaha. I am equal to everyone. No one is my enemy and no one is my friend. But he also says, Ye bhajanti tamam bhaktya mayate teshu chapi aham. If one becomes my devotee and fully surrenders unto me, I give him special attention. The end of purport. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Caitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanibhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Krishna Prasthapatale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Bhaktivedanta Samuktam Brahmanasnam Harivam Chittadham Pradashkam Namyam. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditao Gudadaya Pushpavantao Chitrao Shandao Tamanadao. Hare Krishna. Thanks a lot for coming to class. And here in this verse, devotees of the Lord, who are the demigods, they are wondering of the qualities. I don't know which verse they are wondering. They're just wondering verse after verse about qualities of the Lord. Because really, Lord's qualities are innumerous. And Bhagavatam could be like millions and millions of verses. I've heard that on the heavenly planets, it is. The Bhagavatam got like million of verses, at least. So demigods are listening to the Bhagavatam extended version. But we've got only 18,000, yes? 80,000 verses in Bhagavatam. 12 cantos. So they're wondering, they can see that Lord acts like usual human being, like a conditioned soul. He's coming in like in body, which is seen, which is could be which we can see. And usually we cannot see the Lord because he has got spiritual form. Also, one of the names of God is Adhokchaja. Adhokchaja means like the one who is not seen by material eyes. But here, Lord comes personally, and they can see him, and they are wondering, if we can see you, so who are you? And they say that, does your Lordship, like an ordinary human being, exist within this material world, in a body produced by material modes? They've got doubts. They are asking. Of course, it's not like that. They know that, but they can see him, and so they are wondering. If we can see you, maybe you are made from these material modes. And they are asking again, do you enjoy or suffer the good or bad results of actions under the influence of time, past work, and so forth? Maybe you suffer here. Maybe you're enjoying your job here. Maybe you enjoy the activities, your actions, influenced by something. Maybe you're not free. Or, on the contrary, are you present here only as a neutral witness? As a neutral witness means like the one who is not tangled in all material complexities, who is self-sufficient. Self-sufficient. I don't know. Have we got? Yeah, we've got this word in Sanskrit, swakrita. Swakrita. No, it's not exact word I want to mention. It's like also word in Sanskrit, swatantra. means the one who is like who can act not by the influence of something. He's free to do something. Nothing. Yeah, independent, not pushed by something, not forced by something. Completely independent. And this word means like Swatantra means like completely independent. And also the name for Krishna is like Mahaswatantra. So even more than just completely independent, like fully, completely independent. The one who rules the material world. And when Krishna comes, he's seen as the, like it said in verse, neutral witness. So he's only witnessing. Like Paramatma, it's also said in Bhagavad Gita, Upadrashta Anumantascha. So Lord only like witnessing the activities of the conditioned soul. And also he is giving a, how do you call it in English? Sanction, yes? Sanction, he is like giving, like giving this, how do you call it in English? Like, huh? Permission. He's giving this permission to act in a special way, in a certain way. Self-sufficient, they say, free from all material desires. That is much more closer to Lord, yes? That they said previously, yes? Free from all material desires and always full of spiritual potency. Like Krishna is always spiritual, full of spiritual potencies. Srila Prabhupada says it in one of the classes. He says, there is no such an austere to become a Lord. Lord is always Lord. When he's sitting on the Mother Yashoda's lap, he's God. When he's dancing his rasa dance with gopis, he's God. When he's killing demons, he's God. He's all powerful all the time. Even if he's seen as a baby on the laps of Mother Yashoda, how we see on this picture. Mother Yashoda comes up to Krishna and says, Krishna, open your mouth. You did eat the mug. I know you did. The boys are saying to me, oh, mommy, I did not. They are lying to you. They're just cheating you. No, Krishna, open your mouth. Open up. Just now. And Krishna opens the mouth. The all-powerful Lord. At the same time, he's all-powerful. He's got his all spiritual potency. He's not like that. Not like when Mother Yashoda approaches him in such way, he just not Lord anymore. No, it's not like that. Still, he's got all his spiritual potencies, his energies, and he's Swayam Bhagavan, and he's Mahaswatantra in that time. It's paradox, you know. We certainly cannot understand your actual position. So the demigods, they are wondering that they are not can understand. They've got some doubts. Even they know theoretically that Lord is all powerful. They've got some doubts, and they ask him whether you are the like acting the conditioned soul, whether you suffer, whether you be happy by influence of time. So they are wondering. And Srila Prabhupada also gives a nice purport about this very like specific topic that is God looks at everyone equal or not. Because sometimes atheistic persons, they say that God is not equal to everyone. You know, one he gives all the potency, the one is born in very auspicious, very pious family. He has got money, wealth, health, wise. One is poor, stupid, non-rich, non-famous. That means the Lord is not looks on us like unequal. Gives someone nice opportunities, and someone he gives like a zero, completely zero. So people say that Lord might be not looking at us like equal. But here, Srila Prabhupada, he's like, says that it's not the true, actually. It's completely not the true. So Krishna is coming, but we will come back to this very first sentences after. But we started from this topic, so yes. When Krishna was present on this earth, he killed many inimical non-devotees, but they all received sarupya. So on one hand, Krishna is killing this non-devotee person, but on the other hand, this person achieves sarupya. So, in other words, he returned to their original spiritual bodies. One who does not know the Lord's position says that God is unkind to him. Yes? We are quite familiar with such phrase, yes? God is not quite kind to me. God is unkind to him, but merciful to others. That's the state, you know? That's the state. That I've got no mercy, but others got mercy. That means I'm poor and they are nice, and I start to envy them. That's the mood of the conditioned soul. On the other hand, Srila Prabhupada says, actually, the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Samaham Sarva Bhuteshu. Samaham Sarva Bhuteshu. I'm like, Sanskrit is quite understandable here, yes? Samaham Sarva Bhuteshu. Name Dvishyosti Na Priyaha. I'm equal to everyone. Samaham Sarva Bhuteshu. No one is my enemy. Name Dvishyosti Na Priyaha. And no one is my friend. Na Priyaha. But he also says, Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maiteteshu chapiyaham. If one becomes my devotee, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. Is bhajanti to me with bhakti. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. And fully surrenders unto me. I give him special attention. Teteshu chapiyaham. Krishna says that, yes, I'm equal. But if someone worships me with love and devotion, I'm giving his my special attention, my special mercy. And also, Srila Prabhupada, on the beginning of purport, he says that Krishna comes here in two purposes. First one is which? Who knows? Who read the purport attentively? Kill the demons and save devotees. Yes, namely paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya cha dushkritam, to relieve the devotees and to kill demons or non-devotees. These two kinds of action are the same for absolute truth. When the Lord comes to punish the demons, he bestows his favor upon them. And similarly, when he delivers his devotees and gives them relief, he also bestows his favor. Thus, the Lord bestows his favor equally upon the conditioned souls. When a conditioned soul gives relief to others, he acts piously, and when he gives trouble to others, he acts impiously. But the Lord is neither pious nor impious. He always full of his spiritual potency, by which he shows equal mercy to the punishable and the protectable. The Lord is apapavidham. He is never contaminated by the reactions of so-called sinful activities. Krishna is not pious nor impious, yes? And when he gives his mercy to devotees, it's obvious. And when he gives his mercy to demons, killing them, it's not so obvious. but it's the same. It's the equal thing, rather the equal thing. That's what stated in this purport of Srila Prabhupada. And demigods are non-stop wondering of the qualities of sweet nectarian qualities of Lord. So I think I should stop here. Maybe it will be some comments and questions, maybe. Raghunath Bhattu Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for a nice class. Is just this point that you're making about, when the Lord shows favor to non-devotees and there's like a punishment, and also when He shows mercy to devotees is obvious. And actually, yes, sometimes it is very obvious, but also sometimes it's not so obvious as well, from personal experience. So, I'm not disagreeing from what you're saying, but just trying to expand it a little bit more, that is not always obvious. So, and I think what helps us to, and kind of, it's almost like a test when it's not obvious. It looks like a punishment or something, like I'm trying to be a devotee and this is all going on. And so this is like a test of faith. But if you have enough patience to wait enough of time, in the course of time, you can see the Lord's mercy. If you cannot, don't blame, there is always immediate cause, distant cause, and the ultimate cause. So if you don't, blame the immediate cause, and also, or the destiny, but you try to be patient, and see what is the ultimate cause, and in the due course of time, when you look back, you can see, wow, this was actually Krishna's mercy, although it wasn't so visible straight away.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Ashish Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the nice, sweet class. A question, Prabhu, kindly help understand, please. So we understand Srimad Bhagavatam 18,000 verses and Srimad Bhagavatam in the heavenly planets 100,000 verses or more. So why is it like then they have access to Srimad Bhagavatam and still like it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that human life and this earthly planet is so conducive to attain Godhead? Why then demigods cannot just, and they have more verses, so presuming they have more pastimes to know of Krishna in more detail and...
Okay, I understand the question. Yeah, it's quite a nice question. Thank you so much. Maybe I will give the obvious answer, which you know by yourself. They've got more sense enjoyment there. They've got obviously they've got access for quite more and more sense enjoyment as we are. So that means they need more powerful tablet, maybe some more powerful medicine. So that means they need more verses, more something, more details just to involve them in that spiritual activities. That's my speculation. It's just for me, it's I think quite obvious. Maybe someone gives other reason.
It's just this analogy kind of pops into mind that, if you are not hungry, you can have a big feast in front of you. It could be massive, huge feast, but if you're not hungry, it's like you won't be able to eat so much. But if you're really hungry, it's maybe not less, but you're gonna fill, your stomach as much as you can. So in the heavenly planets, they're actually not hungry for the spiritual knowledge, although they have a big, massive opportunity. Yeah. They just don't take it. Well, here, we're experiencing a lot of suffering. We really want to take shelter, from those 18,000 verses is enough for us.
Still, we've got this Brihad Bhagavatamrita, written by Sanatana Goswami. which is like extended Bhagavatam. And also we've got sweet nectarian pastimes of Lord Chaitanya as a Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we have no lack. We have no lack of spiritual sources. And, I'm really like, want the mercy of Krishna to read at least one time all the books of Srila Prabhupada, or to speak about Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It's also big, huge amount to read. Yes. So maybe someone else want to say something? Okay. Yes.
Sorry, me again. It's this very interesting thing as well that crosses mind about this Lord's mercy that comes as a punishment or as some sort of reward, and it's not always possible to see so clearly. I was thinking that a similar thing, devotee on behalf of the Lord as well, or a pure devotee specifically, does not necessarily applies to everyone, but you can see pure devotees sometimes praises, encourages, and sometimes certain things may come as a chastisement or punishment, and even some statements that Prabhupada makes in Srimad Bhagavatam can sound a little bit heavy, and unfair, or like impious almost, for material estimation, but actually it's freeing us from material conditioning and opening us path, go back to Godhead. And actually it is a mercy, although it may feel like a punishment. Of course, it's not to imitate Prabhupada and see that we can imitate him, and whatever I do, if I punish or praise, that's gonna clear somebody's path to Godhead. But speaking about pure devotee and spiritual master who can act on that platform, so it's whatever they do is for the benefit of conditioned soul, to liberate them, although externally it may not be appreciated so much, or maybe even be painful.
Thank you so much. I think we should stop here. We are already over time. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
His Grace, Adi Chaitanya Prabhu ki Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki,
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.